November's muscle up variation, you're going to work the front lever and the back lever. So you're trying to control that false grip so you can take it into the front lever position. So you want to, when you're starting out, get into the bottom of the dip position. So obviously if you don't have a muscle up, you don't want to progress that, just work on your basics, but it's similar. So you can do the front lever with the feet on the ground, and it's still going to train the basics for the muscle up. So basically I'm here in the bottom of the dip. I trace my chest just as I would for the muscle up, and the only difference, I don't drop my hips here. I keep my hips high and hold that false grip. Hold that front lever position and pull myself up, go back into that dip. Then I'm going to lower myself into that back lever. So you can even come forward and control that back lever, lowering. It's pretty heavy duty on that false grip, and then lower out. And then from there, if you've got that down, you can go inverted, and lift, and pull. Toe tips down, pull up in that muscle up. So obviously if you're stronger in that, then you can keep that false grip, pull yourself all the way up, keep the false grip when you go back into the front lever, pull yourself back up. So, but the more you kind of condition it, the easier it's going to get. The other thing you can do is not go forward so much when you go into the back lever, but just drop in a forward bend rather than stretching forward where the rings are going to go this way. So I'll give you a demo of what that looks like. So I'll do that front lever position, pull myself back up, still in that false grip. Here, I keep the rings behind me, and I can pull up into that muscle up. So it's quite challenging, but you don't need to force it. Just keep the toes on the ground, work with it. It's just a way to break it up, and then also make it more fun in the sense that you've got some things to link to. It's not just going straight up and down from the dip, from the pull up to the dip, and dip down to the pull up. You can branch out a little bit and use that false grip to transition into the front lever and the back lever, which is pretty cool, into the dead hang and into the kind of German hang position, like the skin the cat position, which is pretty cool. Never needs to be monotonous. Then we've got the clean and jerk. So just using dumbbells if you're doing that. The other option, the bodyweight option, I'll go through with the handstand progression and the vertical jump progression. But if you've got dumbbells, these are a great exercise to keep health and integrity in the body, and it's quite a practical functional movement to pick things up off the ground and put them overhead. So the basic dumbbell one is kind of straddling the weight, really simple, coming up, curl and press. To use the legs a little bit more, or if you're limited in range of motion, hip flexibility, you can just kind of go down to where your range is. So you might only be able to go to here, but if you can get to the ground, and then you just, once the weight kind of gets to about hip position or mid-thigh position, you're going to jump it up onto the shoulders and then jump it up overhead, so the legs really lift the weight. If you got that, then the next version is to push yourself under the weight and lock out. We just use the dumbbells here in the gym for it. I've got a couple of barbells. We were into it a lot more before, but I tend to find that we're kind of only doing this type of lifting once a week. We do strict pressing with dumbbells and stuff once a week. People that want to devote themselves more to the Olympic lifting, they need a bit more exposure. You can benefit a lot. All the handstand stuff crosses over for alignment, flexibility. It's not a huge thing that I like to train. I have in the past, but I just like it to keep it there in there once a week to keep my body healthy and be able to move weights around and do it with good skill and control. The split version is great as well, where you kind of dip, one leg goes back, one leg goes forward, push off that front foot, step together, then receive the load. The whole thing is to just learn how to use your body in a good way, in an effective way, as a suspension system to keep every joint healthy in the chain. And remember, you're only as strong as that weak link. So for me, I used to lift a lot heavier with all of these, but my weak link is my neck. So I find that once I start to go quite heavy in a barbell, if I'm jerking a weight too aggressively, if I get a little bit fatigued, then it'll hit that weak link. So I'm always working on just kind of working to the limit of that and trying to keep everything nice and strong and bring that weak link up and make that stronger and healthier over time, rather than letting it degenerate or forcing myself to train to the level of the muscles around it, which are stronger, but then that link's got to catch up. So always be aware of your body. If you're pulling up sore in a particular pace frequently, and then just be aware of your mobility. If you can't get a nice overhead position, you don't need to load that up. Just nice and light, get awareness, strengthen your body, but then, you know, traction out in between sets, and just, you know, this whole program is about really getting that nice overhead position and really getting that nice flexibility so you don't have the brakes on while you're trying to accelerate, which never works well. So let's have a look at the handstand and the jump. So the handstand progression for November's muscle up workout, if you're not doing a clean and jerk, is going to be against the wall and just planching a little bit and then arching a little bit. You want to go not too hard on this, so you can really try and feel that kind of hollowing position as you go forward, and then the arching position is a little bit easier to go away from it, but really trying to control it, lock your elbows, and really try and feel that transition of the weight. And the neutral position in the middle should be a rest position. You shouldn't be straining so hard that you're clenching, and that's probably my fault with all my handstands, is that I've really worked hard to be in that overhead position so much that I'm creating too much tension. So it's learning how to make that neutral handstand more of a rest position over time as the mobility and the alignment comes up. So obviously if you don't have a nice handstand against the wall, then doing the L version like we go through in all the other videos, so you check out the hang handstand warm up, and that goes through it pretty comprehensively. But yeah, just working on that. You can even do the L one with the hollow arch as well. But here, just coming out a little bit from it, from the wall, get a nice point, and you're going to hollow forward, getting those shoulders to touch, and then arch away. So really trying to push your shoulders away, and then lock out, coming forward, lock the elbows, touch the shoulders, push away. It's pretty heavy duty, coming forward like that. So just work at the level that feels good. Don't rush it, just make it feel good. So you're doing 30 seconds worth, you might do 3 reps going forward and back. If you feel like it's straining too much, just go a bit closer. Work the range that feels good. If you're still working on just your straight line handstand and that's where you're at, work on that. It's only going to help you long term. If you rush these things too much, if you're holding your breath too much, you're just going to end up with excess head, neck, jaw, shoulder tension, and it's just counterproductive. So really work to your own level and make sure it feels good, and you walk away developing skill and developing good control in all of these movements. So the jump version for this month in the muscle up workout is a long jump. So you're just going to find where you can kind of measure yourself out, and you don't have to go too hard to start with. If your knees are a bit funky with the landing, you can actually just kind of step and jump, but you want to get that arm action going. So you're kind of squatting down and you're going to dive out like that. You can step and then circle the arms and land, and just make sure you do both sides. So from there you might leap and step. From there you can jump off both feet and really trying to get that nice length and control. To make it harder again, you can try and make sure you land on the balls of the feet. So here there's like a 2 meter mark, so 1 meter squares underneath the astroturf I can see. So there, and stick that landing, control. So there's a lot of force that's going into the patella tendon, into the knees. So if your knees are a bit funky, don't force it. Just start out low and just build it up. And then you want to kind of work like the muscle up, kind of 3, maximum 5 reps with it, because it's more skill based and strength based. You don't want to max it out, especially if you're already pushing your upper limit and fatigue those tissues and challenge them in a way that's going to wear them out. So enjoy, get into it, getting 4 sets of that workout. If you're not doing the clean and jerk, just do, in the class here we just do muscle up, clean and jerk. A couple of people don't want to use weight, so they do the kind of handstand and jump option, which is cool too, you know, working towards handstand progressions to one-arm handstands. And just get that shoulder strength, stability, just like you would in a clean and jerk where you're controlling a weight overhead, you're just controlling your own body weight. And then the explosive strength that you get from cleans and snatches, you're getting from your vertical jump training. So it's still going to benefit the body, still going to walk away with you know, coordinated, strong, healthy, athletic physique, as well as one that's functional. So they're both good. So just get it done, enjoy it, work at your own level. And if you can, post some videos, share them with me so I can help coach you and work out, you know, what are the weak links in the chain that you need to work on more, or what version's next for you, or why that version may not be as optimal for you to develop, and sometimes going back a couple of versions is going to actually make you stronger and come back stronger in the long term, or avoid unnecessary setbacks by forcing the body to go out of balance, because you just keep getting stronger in particular muscles and then the other ones can't catch up. So you're just kind of, you know, going backwards, even though you feel like you're going further, because you might be able to just get the rep or just achieve something to hold for 5 seconds or whatever, but it's not quite right, and you're just putting too much pressure on the weak link and it's going out of balance. But yeah, that's what I'm here for, trying to coach you guys and help you get healthier, stronger, and enjoy this for the rest of your life and have that be a long life. So yeah. So for the muscle up workout in November, we've just got some extras to do at the end. It's an extra 3 minutes, 3 sets with the band and the calf raise, just because the shoulder mobility and strength and stability stuff is so important. And we do these in a warm-up, but just to get a bit more exposure to it will really help. So just doing a 20-second version of this. So just the circles going up and down. So just for 20 seconds on the timer, hitting that, keeping the elbows locked, spine nice and tall. Keep working that up and down. Just want to have an anchor that can make it more horizontal. Can do it higher, but I like it horizontal, so even a door handle or whatever works well. Then doing the other side, same thing for 20 seconds. Right up, shrug the shoulders up, back down, circle the other way, keeping all that anterior core active and strong. So doing those for 20 seconds each way, then just doing the calf raises straight. 5 of those, 5 turn out, 5 turn in, 5 inversion, and 5 toe crunches. Trying to get that done in 20 seconds and then straight back into the next round. So it's only a 3-minute workout just at the end of the session, just to keep all those tissues really active and healthy. And I find that just getting that little bit more on those just helps you get active in all those positions that sometimes aren't activating as well. Plus you can put a little bit more fatigue than you would normally by just doing it in the warm-up, and you're doing it at the end of the session, so you are fatiguing it more, so it's not going to mess with your workout. It's going to allow you to kind of strengthen those tissues, get more blood flow to the area and heal them. When you're working up in these ranges here, just be mindful not to over-contract the upper traps and clench too much. Just try and feel length through the arm and shrug right up, but it should feel stable. If you feel like you're squirming, really straining to get it up there, you're probably going to, you know, overdo it through there, and it's not going to get nicer and healthier and feel better. It's actually probably going to feel worse. So just work the range that feels good. If you feel good just going to there, and you can lengthen out through your arms better, then just go to there. You can get up high. The goal is to get those biceps up near the head and the shoulders up near the ears, but without it cramping through there, with it feeling good and getting stronger, and where you've actually got the flexibility to get there from all the dead hang work. So it's, you know, you're not fighting and straining to get it there. So enjoy, get into it, get it done.